I never imagined I'd be the one telling a story like this. For so long, I believed my marriage was unshakable. My wife and I had built our life side by side, through debts, sacrifices, sleepless nights, and small victories. I thought loyalty was the one thing we'd never lose. I couldn't have been more wrong. It began with her late nights at the office. She said she was working on big projects, and I believed her. She was ambitious, and I admired that in her. But little by little, the warning signs stacked up. Her phone always stayed on silent. She guarded her text messages. She took calls in the other room. My instincts screamed the truth long before I wanted to face it. She was seeing someone else. The proof came one evening when I decided to surprise her with dinner at work. I expected to find her buried under files and deadlines. Instead, I spotted her in the parking lot, leaning against her boss's car, laughing in a way she hadn't laughed with me in years. Then he kissed her, and she didn't pull away. The pain in that moment is hard to describe. It felt like the air was ripped from my lungs. A decade of love, trust, and loyalty collapsed right in front of me. I didn't confront them. I drove home in silence, hands trembling on the wheel. My mind a storm of betrayal and rage. When she finally came home that night, she looked me in the eye and lied. "Long day at work," she said. That lie cut deeper than the kiss itself. Because in that moment, I knew she had chosen dishonesty over the truth. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I didn't even reveal what I'd seen. Instead, I started planning. If she thought she could betray me without consequence, she was gravely mistaken. Fate intervened in an unexpected way. Her boss had a daughter, let's call her Claire. I'd seen her a few times at company events. Younger, confident, and nothing like her father. What struck me most was how often she spoke against him. His arrogance, his hypocrisy, his need to control everyone. Weeks later, I ran into Claire at a cafe. She noticed the look on my face. "Rough day?" she asked. I almost laughed at the understatement. I didn't tell her everything, but I gave away enough. My wife wasn't who I thought she was. Claire's expression tightened and she whispered, "Let me guess. My dad." That was the turning point. She despised her father for what he was. I despised him for what he had taken from me. Two broken pieces colliding by chance. Our conversation started as venting. Long talks about betrayal, about how the people closest to you are the ones who can cut the deepest. But the more we spoke, the closer we became. She treated me with kindness at a time when I felt invisible. She reminded me I still mattered, that I wasn't the fool my wife had made me out to be. Eventually, the line was crossed. Not from lust, but from a bond forged in pain. Claire and I became each other's escape. She wanted to strike back at her father. I wanted to strike back at my wife and her boss. Together, we found our way. I didn't even try to hide it. One evening, I left my phone unlocked on the counter, messages from Claire wide open. My wife saw them. Her face drained of color. She screamed, "You're with her?" For the first time in months, I felt calm. "I only followed your example," I said. The fallout was immediate. She ran crying to her boss. When he realized the other woman was his own daughter, he lost control. Their little affair collapsed overnight. My wife was humiliated. Her boss was furious and broken. And Claire felt free. She told me she had never stood up to her father before. My wife begged me to forgive her, claimed it was only a mistake, that she wanted to repair things. But I was finished. Trust doesn't regrow once it's ripped out by the roots. I filed for divorce. Her boss tried to threaten me, tried to scare me into silence, but the truth was already spreading. Everyone in their circle knew. His own daughter had helped expose him. His career took a hit he couldn't recover from. My wife ended up abandoned. The man she risked everything for cast her aside once his own world fell apart. I didn't chase happiness right away. I didn't jump into anything new. But for the first time in years, I felt in control of my life again. Betrayal had broken me, yes, but it had also reforged me, stronger, wiser, unwilling to accept less than I deserved. People say two wrongs don't make a right. Maybe that's true. But sometimes the most powerful revenge isn't anger or violence. It's letting the truth unravel their world while you walk away intact. My wife cheated with her boss. I slept with his daughter. When the dust settled, They were left in ruins while I walked away free. The last time I saw my wife, she was standing on our old porch, eyes swollen, voice cracking. "Please," she whispered. "Don't leave me like this. We can fix it." I looked at her and didn't see the woman I had married. I saw the lies, the smiles she gave her boss, the nights she pretended to be working. And I realized she wasn't truly sorry for the betrayal. She was only sorry she got caught. Her boss eventually stopped even trying to face me. Once he called and threatened me, accusing me of destroying his family. But he knew the truth. He had destroyed mine first. And when his own daughter turned against him, he finally realized just how fragile his little empire was. Claire eventually moved on too. We didn't stay together, but we stayed friends. She told me I gave her the strength to stand up to her father. And that was enough. The real victory wasn't in the affair. The real victory was walking away stronger, while they were left crumbling in the wreckage of their own betrayal.